Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back to another Saturday Sit Down. It's a 30-minute show where we have a guest on and we just talk about randomness and all that good stuff. If you watch this on replay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's get into the chat real quick. We had Paul Dunn in here early. We got Coco Love Chevy. Thank you guys for coming by. We've got Nadia stopping in saying, hey, Will, and somebody trying to do a video chat with me. Sorry about that. You gotta love those Instagram video chats. Hope everyone's doing well on this Saturday. It has been a busy day here at the house. The wife is away at Epcot being a chaperone with her best friend, trying to corral her best friend's kids. So me and the kids stayed home, got some stuff done around the house. You guys know how the show works. We bring on a special guest. We hang out. We interact, and we get to know them a little bit better. And today's a special episode because this is actually going to be season 1, season finale. I wanted to kind of break up the seasons and, break up the shows and do them kind of like in a 10-block season. So tonight, this will be the season finale of season 1 of the Saturday Sit Down. So thank you guys all for always showing up. I really do appreciate everyone coming in and hanging out. So this week we did the Artist Appreciation Week where we spotlighted a couple different artists. Tuesday's show was Kevin Bixby production. Big Stone production. There we go. Where I got a couple custom covers that I commissioned, and then a art card that I purchased from one of his shows. I love his art. I've always enjoyed watching him on Alex's members only shows whenever he does little art cards while he's there. I've enjoyed seeing this stuff posted on Instagram. And today we are joined by Kevin. Everybody, welcome Mr. Bixby himself. How's it going, sir?
I'm good. How are you doing, Will?
Doing good. Just trying to relax and have a good evening. Got the fights playing in the background. Have hockey going as well. So can't complain.
Nice. Yeah, we've got baseball on the TV upstairs.
Yeah.
So
nice. Well, I gotta say thank you to your wife for allowing you to come on. I know it's her birthday tonight, so I do appreciate you coming on and being a guest on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's we've got a little party going on upstairs. This is my big guy.
What's going on, buddy?
Good.
I enjoyed your art that your dad posted the other day. It was awesome.
I got more likes than Daddy got.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Marvel.
Nice.
That's right. He wanted to know how many people liked it, how many comments he had. So he beat me that day.
Nice.
That was yesterday.
That's right.
Oh, it was yesterday. Yeah. Nice. Starting to come up in the artist world, huh, buddy?
Starting them young early.
So, again, I wanted to bring you on, have you as a guest this week, as the artist spotlight, because you guys are always, I see all the artists on Instagram and then even through YouTube, and you're one that I've really enjoyed your style of art through Alex. That's how I had come across your art and everything. So, what how long have you been actually dedicated to doing your art?
So I started doing a comic strip 22 years ago. 19.
Oh, wow, okay.
There have definitely been some times where I haven't produced as much, sometimes where I've produced a lot more than I thought, but yeah, pretty steadily. Big Stone Productions has been around for 22 years at this point. So,
oh, wow, awesome.
But then drawing, since I was probably older than my son.
Okay.
So I was always the youngest one on both sides of my family, and having older cousins, I didn't necessarily want to, play with a 5-year-old. So I had grandparents and my parents that really nurtured me drawing, and they'd sit me down and give me paper and colored pencils and just let me go. So,
okay.
So I started young.
Nice. So did you take classes, or are you essentially self-taught?
No, I did. So actually in college, I majored in graphic design and painting.
Okay.
and that's really when I started to get into doing comic strips for the school newspaper, and then tried to branch out from there. Started with the mini comics at that point as well. So I did take classes, and actually, to be completely honest, one of the things that has been huge for me is the pandemic, because you have artists that can't go and do the conventions. Everybody's doing more and more videos. So it's fun to actually watch the videos and see how different people, the different techniques that people use, and just the things that I've picked up over the past year. I was actually going back and looking at some of the pictures that I did at the beginning of the pandemic, versus like stuff that I posted over the past week. And it's, I can really see some growth. So
awesome. And then I do have going across scrolling is all of Bixby. It's his IG for Big Stone Production, as well as his website, the store. He's got a bunch of cool stuff that's up there. I'll tell you, that's one thing I've really enjoyed, like seeing people like Scotty Young. I love watching, my son Johnny will ask me, did Scotty do any new drawings? Because he loves to sit there and watch, how Scotty does the different panels and everything. And then if he does a time lapse, Johnny will just sit there mesmerized by the art and everything. So yeah, I think it's really cool to be able to see you guys express yourselves through Instagram and everything.
Yeah, one of the things that helped me early on. So I've got a friend, Art Balthazar. He does Tiny Titan, Kitty Hellboy, his own creations. Comics. He would do these like 3-4 hour live streams on Facebook.
Oh wow!
And while he was doing that, I think instead of just watching, sit down and start to draw. Do more. And that's when I really started doing the art cards and putting those up, and just even offering them to people. Saying, anybody that wants this, I will gladly send it to you. Just let me know. But same thing, my son would sit with me and just say, what's he doing now? What, is he drawing Action Cat? Is he drawing Super Pets? Just the joy that you would see from it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one thing is like with him, I want, like my daughter, she had soccer. Like I got her into soccer at 3 years old, and she took off with that. He likes doing like stuff like jujitsu because he likes to be hands-on, but he really loves coloring. He loves to sit now with reading. So he'll read, he'll grab a comic book now out of his box, sit down, even though he's read it 15 times, he'll read it again and have the same excitement. So speaking of artist cards, you have one that we're going to do a giveaway tonight with, right?
Yes. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this one. I actually put it up. I did thought that I could do some good things with watercolors, and I have proven that I just need a lot more practice. But it actually turned out fairly well. Tonight we're going to give away a Deadpool. So, and just to show you, so I did, while I was waiting for that to dry, I started drawing it. I like Copic style markers, alcohol markers. So while I was waiting for the watercolors to dry so I could work back into it, I started doing the same thing in my Copic markers just to see how different things would be.
Nice.
But this one, I actually do like it. I thought it turned out pretty well, but I do need a little more work with watercolors. But
gotta love King Deadpool.
That's right. So I'm a big Notorious B.I.G. fan. Actually, I don't know if you can see like over my shoulder. I've got the big, 30-inch Notorious B.I.G. pop sitting back there.
Wow, okay.
So I love that picture. And actually, if you follow DJ Lynx, he's got the Thanos in the background with the crown on, kind of like B.I.G. So I saw that. I got to do Deadpool like that.
Nice.
I like Deadpool. So I just thought it would be fun to do.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the little tool, the giveaway tool with StreamYard. And I'm going to start it now so that as people roll in, they can get entered. So we got to figure out what kind of hashtag. I'm gonna let you as the guest. I'm gonna let you pick the hashtag we're gonna use tonight for the giveaway.
Ooh. Let's do. Oh, that's a tough one. Let's just do How about hashtag Notorious Deadpool?
Now I got to figure out if I can spell notorious.
Or just hashtag Biggie.
Biggie. All right, there we go. That one's easier. Me and spell check is my best friend when it comes to typing up my reports and everything.
Yep. When I'm actually drawing a comic and laying it out, I have my phone nearby so I can open up email and actually speak the dialogue bubble so I can make sure I'm spelling it correctly. Because I have had that in the past where I've spelled something incorrectly and somebody points it out and it's like, oh, that's fantastic. I have 50 copies of the comic book sitting here that are now, have an error in it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, they're more valuable now, right? With the errors.
That's right. That's right.
It's been crazy, like with some of those stuff, like how the comic market has been going crazy over like something that's like a baby key is now going for so much more than what it was going for a couple months ago. So,
the thing that got me, and I can't, so I'm a collector as well. The thing that got me is I don't remember the specific issue of the Web of Spider-Man, but they are now crediting it as a cameo Eddie Brock appearance. And all it is like one of the last panels in the book. It's a hand that's pushing Peter off of a train platform. And they're saying that's Eddie Brock's hand.
Oh, that's a Web of Spider-Man, right? It's
yeah.
It's where has Spider-Man gone or something like that. That issue, it's one of those. Yeah, I know it's a Web of Spider-Man. Yeah, it's insane. It's crazy how everything's just people are trying. I feel like there's a lot of reaching out there.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, just even seeing all the retconning that DC and Marvel are doing with different things. Amazing Spider-Man 299, Todd McFarlane came out and said, I consider that the first appearance of Eddie Brock. Well, now that's just a cameo appearance, and 300 is the actual first appearance, and Eddie Brock of Venom. Sorry.
Right.
So it's interesting to see.
Yeah.
So
as a collector yourself, what's in your pull box?
So I thought about this, and actually, to be honest, I don't have a pull box anymore, just because over the years I've gotten in trouble with not going often enough to pick it up. So I actually do pay attention to what's coming out, and every once in a while, make sure I get over there, especially if there's something specifically like this week. It was, and last week, some of the Heroes Reborn stuff I've really gotten into with Miles Morales becoming the Falcon instead of Spider-Man. This week was the double action. Where it was the Death of Falcon or something. I picked it up, but I haven't read it yet. But things consistently that I've been picking up, crossover, I enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty decent. I figured since Wink's got Donny Cates locked up in the dungeon here with me, I've got to at least check that out. I've actually really enjoyed the Batman Adventures Continue as well. That's a must for me every time that comes out. I enjoyed the comics. I loved the cartoon. That was one of the big things. That and X-Men when I was a kid, seeing the art, trying to mimic that and getting so frustrated that I couldn't, something so simple I couldn't duplicate well. But I love those books. And then, back to some of the basics, the Spider-Man, Spawn I pick up every once in a while, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. one of the things that I really love lately that Marvel and DC are doing are the facsimile editions, and the True Believers. Just because there are some of those comics I know I'm never going to be able to get. I just,
Right.
one way or another, as much as I would love to say I could go out and buy Amazing Spider-Man #1, I know I can't. And for $1, I can.
Right. Exactly.
I like those. Plus, for me, I'll take my son to the comic shop, and that's one of the first things we go to. And, he'll ask for a book, and I'll say, absolutely. So he, that's one of the things he'll say to me too. He'll pick a book and he'll say, I want to get this because if I get this Nightwing issue, I'm going to be able to draw Nightwing better. And I absolutely rip it apart, do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
So
nice. So yeah, I mean that's one thing is like I've thought about getting into the Batman adventures just because I loved the cartoon and watching it. But I'm not the biggest DC fan. Like I'll be honest, Robin's blowing me away. I'm really enjoying the new Robin book.
Yeah.
And then Strange Adventures has been fun. And of course, I'm reading Batman because of James Tynion, because everything he's writing, I'm really enjoying right now.
Yeah.
So the question I always ask every guest is to give me their 3 favorite or top 3 superheroes.
So I've thought about this one. Spider-Man, definitely. But, I think Spider-Man and Batman are the 2 that are the most obvious. And anybody that you ask, they're going to automatically jump on that. So putting those guys aside, I am a Deadpool fan. I like, how he'll break the fourth wall.
Right.
One of the comics that actually got me back into comic books and wanting to draw comic books and be a comic book artist was Madman.
Okay.
From Mike Allred. And actually it was the Madman Superman Hullabaloo. So just the style that he has. So Madman's a big one for me. Milk and Cheese. I love Evan Dorkin. I love his style and those characters specifically, they're just, if you've ever read Milk and Cheese, they're crazy enough and they're funny. It's not for kids. It's super violent, but and then toss up for me, Captain America, Spider-Gwen. You'll see a lot of the characters that I like, I draw all the time, and you see it on my Instagram feed. But yeah, I really liked Spider-Gwen. I like how they took this character that they killed off 30 years ago, and at the point when they brought her back, and they've really kind of changed the story and made her, I think, same thing they did with Miles. They've really made them top tier characters, top tier superheroes.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see them bring her into the actual live action.
Yeah,
because I think she was such a fun character to watch Into the Spider-Verse, and I'm looking forward to seeing part 2 when that comes out with all the other characters that they're going to be bringing into it. Yeah. So it'll definitely be cool to see them, if they do eventually make a live action version, who they're going to cast and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, and that was a movie too. I went into it thinking, all right, it's just another, Marvel up to that point hadn't really done a decent animated movie. So I kind of went into it thinking, all right, this is a movie for my son. He's going to like it. And by the end of it, they won me over. The style, the just everything that went along with that movie. In fact, when it finally came out on digital, I bought it, and then my son wanted to watch it every day for probably the next 2 months.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, Johnny was a huge fan of that one. It was with us having Disney Plus, he's always wanting to watch and always wanting to get it on there and everything, and he's excited for the next one to come out as well.
Yeah.
So, on the flip side of the heroes, you have 3 favorite villains.
I love the Joker. I do, and I know that's obvious, but I love that he can that villain in general can really take on whatever writer or artist brings to the table.
Right.
He's a very fluid villain. I love that. Really, until the three Jokers, you really didn't know his backstory. You didn't really know what the motivation was. So he's a good one. I like Doctor Doom. Just a classic wants to rule the world villain. I loved what they did in Secret Wars, the 2015 Secret Wars with Doctor Doom.
Right.
And then third one. That's a tough one. Because again, there are. I could look at Riddler, Hush. I loved that run of the Hush, Batman Hush in the early 2000s. You can't forget Green Goblin. It's the third one for me is a toss up, but I would say right now probably have to go with like the Green Goblin.
Okay, cool. So, do you have? Are you working on any current pieces of art right now, or you have anything that's within arm's reach that you could show off to the chat?
Yeah, so I am working on. I've got 2 stories that I'm working on. Those I can't show yet, but we have a book coming out later in the year. There's a group of artists that I've been working with for 10 years now, 11 years, and we do a charity book for the Hero Initiative. It's called A Little Help from Our Friends. We're actually working on volume 4. The one that I'm working on, the story that I'm working on, we are. I don't know if you remember back in the 70s, the Wanted, where they DC focused on the supervillains, and they would have like an anthology of supervillain stories. So
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with that.
Decent little series that they had there, but it focused on supervillains. So I am doing a 5-page story of my supervillain Devilman, which he's just kind of a beer drinking, overweight, naked devil who has like Iron Man type mech armor.
Okay.
So, and he actually faces off against my primary hero, Mystery Man. The big thing with doing work for the Hero Initiative, unless you get the blessing from DC or Marvel, it all has to be creator-owned
Right.
work. So I know I'm working with. We actually have 2 books coming out, but the one that I'm working on is the villain side of it, and then on the flip side, there's 4 more artists that are working on the hero side. So.
Okay.
So that's coming out, and then I'm actually working on a story for All Yeah Comics, where my character Mystery Man meets the main hero in that series, All Yeah, or Action Cat.
Okay.
So my character jumps dimensions, and and that hopefully should come out before C2E2.
Oh, nice.
So. And then beyond that, I've always got. So I have blank cards that I usually have sitting close to me. So I have just a ton of work that I turn around and sell. So
nice.
Some of them. This was actually one of my favorite ones this week of Ms. Marvel.
Yeah, I like that one.
This one, it's based off of the Fantastic Four.
Right.
But I have a blank cover that I'm working on for a certain company man that I think he's going to like. I was trying to get it finished up so I could get it to him so he could show it tomorrow on his live show, but it'll probably have to be for the next one.
Yeah.
And then some of my other ones. So Mystery Man or Madman.
Him with the yo-yo. I love it.
Yeah. Falcon.
Nice. I like the colors on that one.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my brother, for my birthday, gave me this great set of alcohol markers that they blend gorgeously. And I've been playing around with that.
Oh, that's a sweet Daredevil one right there.
So, and it's available, Will.
Oh, you guys hear it, man. Listen, again, you have, oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
One is spoken for, but
Yeah.
You and I had talked about it. I've actually got to make one for you.
Yeah.
Gatorade.
Yeah, because when you're doing the show, you were doing that con for the weekend, and that one went up, and somebody grabbed it before me, and I was like, ah.
Yeah.
And I saw the Venom go up, and I'm like, all right, I'll take the Venom. I'll take the Venom.
Yeah.
Because again, I love that character. And then, yeah. So speaking of the company, man, I hope you're being well compensated for that cover, because I'm gonna have fun. I'm not gonna let him live that down. I'm gonna bust his chops as much as I can with it, because it was fun to have that opportunity. But again, the art, I love the covers, and just the Hulk. My son is in love with the Red Hulk. He's excited for the Red Hulk to actually make an appearance, because he loves to see him. They have the Marvel cartoon, the little kid cartoon, and anytime he sees like the Red Hulk come in, he gets super excited, because Hulk's one of his favorite characters.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't stop laughing at the whole cookie one with Star Wars.
Yeah, and that was a funny thing. I didn't realize until I started sketching out the cover. I have never drawn Darth Vader before.
Right.
And at first it was a little bit more challenging to come up, like, what am I going to do? How am I? So I did take a look just at different ways that people drew him to get a little inspiration. But that was actually one I was playing around with something like this to start, just to see if I could figure out how to really get his mask down. And because again, Scotty Young, you mentioned him earlier, he's big influence on me as well. I mean, that as far as artists go, and art for comic books, there is a very distinct style for art, and it's like the best way that I can put it, it's like the Jim Lee style of art. Everything has to look very angular, very muscular, very big. Well, then I always felt my style really didn't jive with this, because I don't do big muscular, I try and do like the Mike Allred, Jim Mafood, where the characters are flawed. They're not these big giant heroes that they are portrayed to be. So the first time I saw a Scotty Young cover and was like, oh my gosh, that's a cartoon. That's not Batman with the square jaw and the big broad shoulders.
Right.
That's a cartoon. That's fantastic. So, I've, and then again, once DC really started to get into the kids line and doing the Tiny Titans, and Chris Giarusso jumping in and doing stuff with like G-Man, and that is where I really started to take off and say, yes, I can do this. Like, superheroes don't have to be big and bold. They can be cartoons.
Right. And I mean, and that's what I love about Scotty's art, is just, I know people are like, oh, it's like kiddie stuff. I'm like, I just love how and it's how the expressions on the characters' faces to their word bubbles and everything, and just how he makes the characters interact. If there's multiple characters on the cover, I love that. I mean, I'm all over the spectrum on art. I have the stuff where it's like I like Delato's dark grittiness to Scotty Young's cartoon little chibi characters. So I enjoy it all. I love just staring at the art. That's why like the Virgin variant covers are my favorite, because I don't have words on there. I just have the pure art and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. I mean, that's awesome. So that's one thing. We're going to do the giveaway here in a minute. Remember, you have, I'm going to give you guys 30 more seconds to enter for the 11 folks that are hanging out here. That is how you enter, is the hashtag Biggie. Also, Kevin's info is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Follow him on Instagram if you want to see some of the art. It's really, again, it's the little art cards are awesome. If my son didn't steal my Venom art card, I'd have it and I'd be showing it off. But you guys, if you go back and watch my video on Tuesday, you'll see the custom covers that I had him do, which is awesome. The Red Hulk and then the Vader, which was really, really, they're very, very talented. Thank you, Kevin, for those.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And then the envelope, you sent a cool little envelope that had some awesome stickers and everything in it. Again, if my son didn't cop it and say it's mine, I would have it up here. But he's got his little stash in his playroom of stuff that he keeps it all in a neat little box. So
nice.
Alrighty. So
that's actually one of the things I love doing. So up until last year, Free Comic Day, I have my LCS here. We have, again, a group of us that get together and we'll sit and do drawings for people, and like from 9 in the morning until 5 o'clock at night. And that's one of the best things, because you get the little kids that come in and they just look at it and they're like, can you draw it? One of the funniest things, probably a 4-year-old kid says, can you draw a xenomorph for me? I'm like, your parents are showing you Alien at this point? Yeah, absolutely. I'm in. So doing that and getting these drawings out to little kids and seeing their face light up when, they ask for Ms. Marvel or Batgirl or Superman, or I had somebody ask me once for one of the characters from Wicked and Divine, of which it was great because that introduced me to Wicked and Divine. I got to start reading a pretty good series. So that's a lot of fun. I love seeing how kids light up with it.
Oh yeah. Like I said, like he'll ask me every day, did Scotty draw anything new? Did Scotty draw anything new? And he loves to see that stuff. And it's great because he loves to draw and he loves art and everything. So for him to be able to gain inspiration from you, from Scotty Young, from other artists who are doing the stuff, it's so awesome because again, if I can push, and not really push, but kind of let him get into the art thing, we're going to be getting him into some art lessons and everything so that he can grow upon it.
Yeah.
So Paul, if you hit up Kevin through Instagram, I'm sure he can hook you up with it, because I don't think he has everything. I don't think everything gets put on the site right away. So again, if there's anything you guys want, hit Kevin up on Instagram.
Yeah, most of the stuff that I put up on Instagram, unless I specifically say this is going to my son or this is going to somebody else, most of the stuff that I put up there is for sale.
Nice.
So if there's anything that you either see on my Instagram or anything I've shown tonight, definitely hit me up. We'll work something out.
Definitely. And prices are very good. They're very good. So for the awesome artwork, definitely. As I will agree with the company man in one thing, you don't charge enough. you should charge more. But no, it's awesome. I'm glad to have the pieces in my collection now, and I'm gonna let you. We're gonna wrap this up so that you can get back up there for the wife's birthday party. Are there any, before we do the giveaway, do you have anything else you want to drop on the chat?
No, right now I think I'm pretty well caught up. Okay. I know C2E2 applications, Artist Alley applications just got put up. So
cool.
Hopefully, I get accepted into that.
And hopefully they'll drop tickets soon here too, so I can buy my tickets now that I have everything else. So.
Yeah, right. So yeah, that's really only the big thing, and I'm hoping with what I've gotten in the pipeline right now with what I'm working on, that I can actually get a table this year and not get waitlisted again. But
yeah.
And then I do have something that I'm working on that I can't really get into yet, but the only thing I can say is keep an eye on Instagram, keep an eye on I actually don't use YouTube other than jumping on shows like yours or jumping in the comments, but just keep an eye out on Instagram as soon as I can actually tell, because it's going to be potentially large.
Definitely, yeah. So you see it scrolling across the bottom. That is Kevin's Instagram, the one that's going across there. So if you guys want over there, or search Big Stone Productions and give him a follow over there for all the stuff that he drops over there. So let's go ahead and share the screen so we can do this giveaway and find out who's going to be taking home that sweet Deadpool card. So let's share the screen. And if it lands on me, chat, because I think whenever I did the hashtag, it put me in there. If it lands on me, I will throw something in there as well. I mean, I'll send something out as well because, it's not for me. It's for you guys for being here hanging out in the chat. So we've got 7 entries so far. Well, only 7 entries, which is fine. That gives you guys better odds. So let's go ahead and let's hit that draw button, see who wins. Yep, Luke Crucis just got in there. How about that? Oh, I thought it was going to stop on me. Oh, Shop for Comics. Nice. Are you here, buddy? I hope he's still here. If not, we'll do a draw. We'll give him 30-ish seconds. What's going on? What the deuce? See if he claims, and then we'll spin it again.
Like I always say with Alex, is it cleaning day?
Throw that over there. Yeah, get your brooms out. Get your feather dusters. I haven't seen him come in yet. So, all right, we're gonna give it another spin here. I think that's been about 30 seconds. All right, here we go. One more spin.
And while it's spinning, if anybody is interested in sketch covers, I've got a couple.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Oh, he's here. So I'm going to... It didn't matter because it... Look at that. See, you were bound to win, Shop. There you go, because it landed on you a second time. So there you are.
Nice.
So you got it. Hit up, send Bixby your shipping information. There is his IGs down below. So awesome. Look at that. So you had to win, right? So let's get that off of here.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely contact him over on IG and give him your shipping information so we can get that sent out to you, buddy. Awesome win. Yeah, I need to hit you up because I heard you say that you have a Something's Killing the Children blank.
Yes. So that actually, after we initially spoke, that afterwards.
Okay.
And actually...
Oh, nice.
So I haven't done anything to it yet. I've been with all the covers that you showed the other night. There were a few things that I thought I've got to get that down there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one that I came in late on.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to get like a trade paperback, try and catch up because I know I'm not going to get any of the early issues.
Oh, God, I'll tell you right now, anything under 10, the single-digit issues are going to be right now unattainable. Unless you are willing to spend, because now I think even like the later ones, like 8 and 9, are going for $60-$70+ It's insane. But they do the third trade will be coming out here soon. So the first 15 issues, and then they have the hardcover. That is actually up for pre-sale now. So yeah, I mean that'd be a lot easier doing that than trying to go hunting.
Yeah, and I've seen that 8th print #1,
Mm-hmm.
and I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet to get it because I'm one of those guys. I look at it and I know that the later printings are going nuts with some of these comics, but I would much rather have a first print than. But at some point, too, you have to look at it and say, I would much rather have the issue, regardless of print, than have to shell out a ton of money. So,
yeah, definitely. So, again, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it, and definitely gonna have to talk about that Something's Killing Children cover, getting one eventually. So, again, thank you, chat, for hanging out. I appreciate you guys giving me some of your time here on Saturday. Greatly appreciated. Like I said, this is the season finale for season 1. We will be back later this summer. It's probably going to be end of July, beginning of August before season 2 comes out. But I already have some things in the pipeline to be set up with some guests. We're going to have some really awesome guests in here. Some artists and stuff like that. I definitely want to keep having artists come on because again, I suck at art. I'm not really good at it. I can do stick figures, but I can enjoy other people's art for sure. And that'll be definitely something I try to bring more and more onto this channel as we keep going forward.
And I always say, people don't suck at art. They just haven't practiced enough.
Yeah, I need a lot of practice. So, all righty. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm Average Will, and I am, if I can hit the button, I'm